Kelsey. I'm KelsYogi here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and today back on our hands, doing your favorite handstand workout. So I've got a couple of things that we're gonna do. We're gonna go in those 1 minute sets like we almost always do. I'll give you a break in between, and then we're just gonna hit it again. So it should take, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes because we are doing 13, 14 different exercises. If they're not up to the level that I'm doing it, I'm just going to try to give you a modification. And then, if this isn't too hard for you, do it 2 times, make it a full double set, and you will definitely be feeling it in the morning. Those shoulders will be on fire. So, first thing that we're going to do is work in that 1 minute plank. We're gonna do some core, and we're gonna do some glutes, which is part of the core, and get all those areas nice and tight and fired up, because if you don't have your shoulders, your belly, your legs, your glutes ready to work for you, those handstands, you're just not gonna be able to hit them. So get ready to come into that 1 minute plank position. I like to be barefoot. You do you, whatever it is that you want to do, but get the wrists right under the shoulders and get ready to go. Here we go. On your mark, get set, and plank. So yeah, like I said, hands right under the shoulders. You want equal weight from side to side. And really all 4 limbs, you may feel a little bit more in the front half, but if the legs are nice and active, kneecaps lifted, a little squeezing towards the midline, reaching the heels slightly forward and not like dumping backward, but nice, long, strong, active legs, you should feel it in all 4 limbs equally. Low belly is pulling in, belly button towards spine, a little protraction, a little rounding through the upper back. If you can grip with your fingers a little bit, that might help take a little stress off the wrist. You're already halfway through. So keep going. Neck is neutral. You're not jerking your head up or dropping it all the way in. Just think nice, long spine, and that includes the back of the neck. Yes? All right. Hang in there. You're almost done. 15 seconds to go. Keep that breath moving. In and out through the nose. Pushing out of the shoulders equally. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Since this is still just really the warm-up, let's get right onto our back. We are going to do a minute of glute bridges. So on the back, tuck the shoulder blades underneath you, bend the knees, plant the feet, and we're just going to bridge. Just going to bridge, lift the glutes, squeeze them in at the top. I don't want you coming all the way down and all the way up. I just want you to do that top, 2 or 3 inches. That way you're staying nice and high in the bridge. Go ahead and get ready, come into position. Like I said, tuck those shoulder blades under, and let's work those glutes. 1 minute set. Just the very top. Try not to let the knees flare out too wide. Instead, think of that yoga block, that invisible yoga block, in between the legs, and you're squeezing them together just a little, just to keep that block balanced. Push down through the ankle bones, down through the heels. Squeeze, squeeze. Every time at the top, just keep squeezing those glutes. Halfway. Hopefully you're feeling it a little bit. I don't want your core exhausted when we move to our handstanding, but I want them ready to work, because if the muscles haven't been told to turn on, you go to handstand and everything's like, what? What you want? And nothing happens. So having those muscles turned on and ready to go will make a huge difference. Last 5. We really got to invest in that fancy timer we're talking about. Last 1 and done. Okay, so now we work the abs, because why not, right? I mean, if we were really looking for that long straight line, you definitely need the abs, but because we're using the wall, it's not as important. So if we banana back, not a huge deal, but let's just get in the habit of working the shoulders, warming up the wrists, activating the glutes and the legs, getting that core nice and tight and involved. That way when you're ready to get away from the wall, and it won't be long, you're gonna get off the wall, then you're not gonna banana back, because once you start banana backing, it's really hard to get out of it. Ooh, I started my timer. We're not gonna cheat. All right, so we're gonna do in and outs. I'm gonna bring the hands a little bit behind me. We gotta come to like a hollow hole with the hands down, elbows bending back, lift up to a tuck position, so you get it out, in, So we're gonna do that for a minute. The hip flexors are gonna be feeling it, so that can help with the handstanding, or it could really make them super tired. So if this is really hard for you, you could always do one leg and then the other, but do your best. Do your best. Ready? Get in position, hands come behind. On your mark, I'm gonna give us a few seconds to get into it. On your mark, get set, in and out. When you go down, pull the low belly in. Try not to inflate the belly, like kind of doming it, rounding it. That can happen naturally, especially for us women. If we've been pregnant and had babies, get that diastasis recti. So it's super important that you pull the belly button down and in, and you don't allow the belly to inflate. See, you're already 20 seconds in, look at you go. Squeeze the legs together, point the toes. If you're not used to pointing the toes that much, you're going to get foot cramps. It's just going to happen. So plan on rolling your feet over a tennis or a racquetball, golf ball, something like that to massage your feet out. And then you're just gonna have to point them. That's how you get the feet stronger. Doing those heel raises, that'll help too. 15 seconds. But, you know, just like strengthening the wrist, strengthening the feet, there's only one way to do it. You gotta just use it. I'm feeling it. Last 5 seconds. We got it. In and out. Keep going. Last 2. Woo. All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to rest this time. We're going to be doing Dalton. That's how you know Kelsey's tired. You're gonna go from down dog into a leaning down dog. So let me show you real quick. Come into your downward facing dog. And from there, I want you to kind of just shift forward. See how my shoulders go all the way past the wrists? And let's hold it for anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. And pull the belly in, get really hollow. Legs are active, kneecaps are lifted. Push, push, push out of those shoulders. Let's just call it a down dog lean. Are you ready? Let's get into position. Come into your downward facing dog. I got my 1 minute set. 1 minute and 5 seconds. That way we have 5 seconds to get ourselves ready. Ready? Get down dog. Let's get ready to lean. Here we go. Timer is set. Lean in. Shift. Get really hollow at the top. See how the heels come forward right on the tippy toes. Keep pushing. Round the upper back. Pull the belly in. And shift back for a little rest. And here we go again. Lean. Push out of the shoulders. Push out of the wrists. Little belly tucks. There you go. You got this. This may be a little foreign to you if you haven't done this one before. I'm not sure if I have introduced it in the last year or two. I have done it back at the beginning of COVID, but I haven't used it lately. And it's a really good one. Good for the wrists, good for the shoulders, good for the upper back. Keep going. You can squeeze a few more of these shifts, these leans in. 20 seconds left, let's go. All the way forward on those tippy, tippy, tippy toes. Let the head just kind of hang. You gotta look down so you don't lose balance, that's fine. 8 seconds left, let's do one more. Shift forward, hold it. Hold it, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Okay, all right. So now the rest of the stuff that we're going to be doing is going to be on the wall. So if you need to drag your mat over the wall, get that space cleared up. Go ahead and make room for yourself, and let's move on. All right, so now we are over here on the wall, and everything we're gonna be doing is gonna be kicking up or leaning into the wall. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the wall unless you're using it for drills. If you are looking for that freestanding handstand, just get off the wall. If you're using it to build strength, endurance, train, drill, perfect. We love the wall. The wall's a great support. It's always there for you. But if you want to get that freestanding, straight back, get off the wall. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is kick up. So, I mean, basic kick up, nothing fancy to it, just right leg first. Come off the right leg, land on the right leg. Kick off the right leg, land on the right leg. We're gonna do that for a minute straight, and then the left. Ready? On your mark, right leg, push out of the hands, get set, and go. So what's important with these kicks is that you use the ball of your toe for landing and for kicking off of. You'll see that I never do it with a flat foot. I always do it with the ball of my toe, and I always let the knee bend when I take off and when I land. Keep pushing out of the shoulders. Make those arms nice and long and straight. I'm not saying they have to be at a total lock, although I do with mine, but I've seen people do it with bent arms, but the arms have to be super strong. You have to be able to straighten them if you want to. Try to land on the wall quietly, because quiet tells me you're gaining control and you're not just flaring through space. Last 15, you got this, keep going. Land smooth and quiet, pick up smooth and quiet. I should have said gazes between the hands. Can't always drop your head back, but that may make you a little dizzy. And there's 1 minute. Okay, let's rest for 30. Because then we're gonna do the left leg. And for many of us, the left leg may be a little bit more difficult. I'm right hand dominant, although since surgery, It's not the same. But I am typically right arm dominant, so I am also right leg dominant, and that may be the case for you as well. So kicking off the left leg may feel really wonky. You may feel like, I didn't even get to the wall. I only, this could happen. You kick off the left leg and you don't even get to the wall. That doesn't matter. Don't even worry about it. I mean, try, right? Try, but if it doesn't work, don't worry about it. All right, so our 30 seconds is up. Let's get ready to kick off with the left leg. On your mark, get set, left leg kick, and go. I may find that I'm a bit louder, not as fast, because even though we should do everything, equally balanced, we don't, do we? We should. So my left leg is a little weaker and definitely less coordinated. But I probably do it a quarter of the time. So there's that. Lean those shoulders to the line of the wrists. That's gonna help a ton. If you're kicking up and not bringing the shoulders over the wrists, that's why you're not getting your legs all the way to the wall. You have to bring the shoulders forward, or the line just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Last 10 seconds. Keep going, you got a couple more in you. Let's try to do 2 more. Last one, kick, and come back down quietly. There's the timer. The wrists are starting to feel any tension, that's fine. That's okay. A little shaking can help relieve the pressure, any swelling that may be happening. I love shaking. Counter pressure, counter stretching out the backs of the wrists. I bring the tops of the hands down, palms up. Just a gentle stretch. Doesn't really take a whole lot, but get used to a little pressure, a little discomfort in the wrists. It's gonna happen. And if that doesn't happen, your wrists are gonna stay mad at you. You have to build the strength in them. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is wall walks, and these are tough. So a wall walk, you're gonna start out in what looks like kind of a plank on the wall. Kind of a down dog on the wall. And you're just gonna walk your feet up, walk your hands in, maybe touch nose or belly, and then walk back out, okay? So it's up to you if you wanna let the feet touch down in between, or if you wanna just stay in that down dog or plank, and then just keep walking. So there really can be a huge variant of bringing the feet all the way down to rest, or just keeping the feet up and keeping it very like pikey or down doggy. That will also help a little bit more resting, but if you walk it all the way out to a flat plank, you're gonna be tired, but that's okay. Do your level of it, and the minute and 4 seconds is set. This one's tough, so I don't care how good you are at handstanding, excuse me. Wall walks are hard, so don't kid yourself like, oh my God, I almost died on that one. We all did. We all almost died on that one. All right, you ready? Timer set, let's go, wall walk it. So start in your plank or your down dog. Let your feet kind of take little upward steps as your hands walk in. So that would be coming back out to plank, if you want to do that variation. And if you don't want to go that close, you don't want to go all the way belly to wall, that's okay. Just walk up as far as you're comfortable. This would be a little bit more of a down dog or a pike shape to rest. You're probably not watching me. You're probably doing the exercise. Good for you. Who cares how I do it? You do it. You do it at your own version, at your own pace. Watching me. Wow, that's great for the mindset and feeling inspired. Woo, we gotta get one more in. We gotta do it. I don't care if the timer goes off. We're doing one more. We got like 10 seconds. Lock it up, lock it up. There it is. And come down. Woo. Okay, that one's tough. I don't know about you, but I feel that one a lot in the heel of the hands and around the shoulder blades. We're doing fine. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is shrugs. I really like shrugs, and if you're looking towards getting into that handstand push-up, shrugs are a great place. Besides just holding your handstand on the wall, shrugs are a nice intermediate step. So shrugs will look like this. Arms will stay straight. You're just dropping in and out of the shoulder girdle with straight arms. Okay, so arms are straight, dropping in, pressing out, in, out, in, out. I like to kind of just rest a toe on the wall, keep the other leg straight. That way I can keep as much of the weight in my body and off the wall. But if it's really hard for you, put both heels on the wall, okay? It's time to go. 1 minute, 5 seconds is set. And let's kick up. Make sure that the hands are right under the shoulders. That's important. If you're alternating legs, make sure that you, start shrugging, make sure that you give each leg the same amount of time. So I got my right leg straight, my left leg bent. With the right leg straight, it's not even touching the wall. So just in and out, in and out. Doesn't have to be super fast. If you're switching legs like I am, 2 seconds, 1 and switch. That's 30 seconds, so if you're done and you came down, you did half, that's good. These are hard. It's all hard. Everything's hard. Living is hard. Handstands are hard. We gotta do hard things. Hey, I worked it in. We can do hard things. Last 10, 9, 8, you got it. 3, 2, and 1, come down. Woo! So even on those kick downs, come downs, from shrugs, all that stuff, I want you to really get into the habit of coming down quietly. So that means landing on the balls of the toes, probably one foot, and you're going to let the knees bend, the hips will bend. The knees and the hips and the ankles will all start to work as that spring, as a coil to take that impact. I'm working on cement floor, so I certainly can't just hit it straight feet. I would really hurt my feet, I would really hurt my ankles, and in turn my knees and my hips would take that impact. So use your joints, bend, absorb. All right, the next thing that we're going to do, hand elbow taps. Hand, it could be, you can either tap opposite hand. Yes, we're gonna be in the handstand on the wall. We're not doing it on our hands and knees. So tap opposite hand, you can tap opposite elbow, you could tap opposite shoulder. You could just come up to the fingertips. If you're super new to hand taps or whatever, then just lift to the fingers. But you have to shift the weight. Shift the weight. Every time that you go to tap something else, brace, get ready for that one arm to take the weight so that push happens, okay? Whichever you want to do. You could start with shoulders, you get too tired, then you move down to hands. I'm not watching, so I'm not judging. I'm just going to be proud of you. Are you ready? I'm ready. Get into position. We got 1 minute of tapping something. On your mark, get set, let's tap. Maybe I'll start with shoulders, see how long that lasts. Okay, so something I didn't mention was if the legs are a little wide, mine are a little wide, it's gonna help you to stay balanced. Even more wide, it's definitely gonna help you to stay balanced. Legs perfectly together, doable, harder. So, I need my legs a little bit separated. I'm still human. I'm still recovering from shoulder surgery. So we all gotta just work where our edge is. 30 seconds, keep going. Really make sure that you're bringing the weight into the heel of the hand, the base of the thumb and the index finger, and that side of the wrist, not the pinky edge. 15 seconds, keep shifting and tapping. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, I got 2 more in me. What about you? 1 and 2. There's the timer. Whew. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak those last 2 in on you. I always try to be honest about how many we have left. Again, shake out the wrists, counter stretch, even just letting them hang, you know, because this is the opposite position. Handstand, the opposite. So just letting the hands hang and stretching out the wrists, that works. Okay, now we have stag taps. So our legs will be in a stag shape, and we're just gonna tap toe to toe on the wall. That way we get used to a little bit of hang time, and you're just gonna do the toes if you can. So now you're gonna need your feet or your hands a little farther away from the wall, not so close. You're gonna kick up, and one leg is gonna touch the wall and not the other. See how my legs are kind of bent like 90 degrees each? That's what we're gonna be doing. And we're just gonna kind of run off of the wall. Tiptoes. If you gotta do flat feet, think of putting more of the weight into my hands. You're going to have to start gripping with your fingers. You're going to have to start really thinking on the balance happening, coming out of your hands, up through the arms and the shoulders, because now we are going to be putting the weight in our hands and not on the wall. Are you ready? We got 1 minute and 5 seconds. Stag leg switches, stag leg taps. On your mark, get set, go. We got 1 minute and 5 seconds. And let's run on the wall. What helps is to really keep the leg that's in front, if you will, like coming close to the belly, keep it close to the belly. You know what I mean? Like not way up here, but like close to the belly. And the reason why I do that, whoop, I'm coming down. That happens. The reason why I do that is because when that knee is tucked in, pulled in towards the belly, the abs turn on. And when the abs turn on, the body gets nice and strong and stabilized. Grip with those fingers, push out of the heel of the hand. 20 seconds left. I don't know about you guys, but my wrists are feeling it today. I think that's why I fell earlier. The wrists are feeling like, I'm ready for a break. And you'd be surprised, just a full minute or two break makes a huge difference. Last one. Okay. Whew. That's that. We got a couple more left, guys. Maybe four more. Take a deep breath, stretch out the wrists. Soften the shoulders. Slow the breathing. That's so important, is that you keep breathing through this stuff. Don't hold your hand when you're, or don't hold your breath when you're upside down. It makes a huge difference. You're already going to be confused on what's happening with the body when it's upside down. Everything gets very, just totally mixed up. So make sure that you're keeping your breath smooth and steady. It's gonna give you the best chances to be able to think about where you are in space. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is crouch float. So it's kind of crouching onto the wall, Spider-Man style sort of, and then just floating our way down. This really is best for those of us that want to be able to press. Give me 1 sec. Okay, just checking because last time I had looked at my clock, this is my second time recording this, I had run out of storage space. Okay, so you kind of crouch up onto the wall, I don't know, sort of Spider-Man-ish, right? And a little bit of a frog shape, and then you're going to float your feet down to your hands. This time you can bend your elbows to start to grip the floor and resist gravity and let the feet hover down, okay? So shift forward, and that strength comes from the core, the hip flexors, the shoulders, the hands. Resist it as best you can. If you're very new to it, it's gonna feel super foreign. So get in your crouch position, we got 1 minute of it. On your mark, get set, let's float, float down, ready? So shift forward, push. Think that you are pulling the thighs to the belly. That's where you're going. The feet aren't going to the floor. The thighs are going to your belly. And that's gonna slow you down. The hands are already pushing, right? The hands are pushing, the shoulders are resisting. They have to, otherwise you're gonna fall on your face. But if you wanna slow the legs, that comes from the belly. You're halfway already. Let's get in a couple more floats. Gaze is down between the hands. The belly grabs the thighs. Every time, tell yourself, and you know what, in maybe a year or two of doing these consistently, maybe just 6 months, before you really understand that sensation and you can start to control it better. I know, okay, we got one more. I know for a year or so I would try these and I just thumped. Okay, there's the timer. So don't be discouraged if those are really hard for you. They're really hard. Okay, the last couple of things. We're gonna do a belly to wall hold. Let's just do that one now. Let's do a belly to wall hold. And then we're gonna do some tuck jumps, and then we're gonna work on a standing balance hold. And you're just gonna do the very best that you can, knowing that your wrists are tired, your core is tired, your arms are tired, or just tired. So don't beat yourself up if your hold is not what you'd like it to be. An idea instead is to do a forearm stand or a headstand or a crow. Do some other kind of arm balance if you know that you just can't hold a handstand freestanding at all. No worries. There's always options. Okay, my mat's going back to the wall because I'm gonna be very close. Let's wall walk it up. just like we had it earlier. Get your belly, toes, nose to the wall, and then let's hold it for a minute. You ready? We gotta just do it. Minute and 5 a set. Walk it up. Walk it up. I gotta get the timer. Okay, let's go. So really what's touching the wall for me is my forehead, my nose, and the tops of my feet, and that's it. I actually don't want my chest or my belly, especially my belly, to touch the wall. Then I'm banana backing, and that feels a little spooky. Then you feel like you're gonna fall. Already halfway. Hang in there. If you're not all the way as close as I am, that's okay. Just go as close as you can, as close as you feel safe, and do your best. 20 seconds left. Keep going. Keep pushing, pushing, pushing. Push out of the shoulders. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze your butt. You got this. Point the toes hard. Squeeze your butt. Belly in. Push out of the shoulders. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And done. You can't see, but I have like little red marks all over my wall up here from toenail polish. And it's from belly to the wall handstand holds. Okay. Last drill, we're gonna do those tuck jumps. After that, we got our freestanding hold of whatever kind of arm balance that you can hold, as long as you can hold it. I'm debating if I want to do a handstand or a forearm stand, because I know I can hold the forearm stand a lot longer. The handstand will be more of a challenge. I don't know, we'll see. Tuck jumps, 1 minute. They're gonna look like this. So, hands are 6 inches from the wall. I'm on the balls of my toes. A little jump off of both feet. Tuck, maybe touch with the toes, and back down. You can touch with the toes, straighten, and come back down. Doesn't really matter. It's just the tuck jump. It's just the jump that matters. And always, balls of the toes, use those joints. Are you ready? Tuck jumps for a minute. On your mark, get set. Let's jump. Let's do it. You have to bring the shoulders all the way in line with the wrist, if not past a little bit, especially because the wall is here. Doesn't matter if you over exaggerate, because you're not gonna fall. So keep those tuck jumps. As soon as you land, take off again. As soon as you land, go. So you come down and jump right off that landing. 30 seconds. Keep going. I know you're tired. That's okay. I am tired and sweating, and that's okay. We're doing our best. Oh, I took a little break, I know. Last 12. I bet we got 3 in us. Yeah. Last 1, come on. Very good. Okay, let's rest for a whole minute. Let's rest for a whole minute. So this rest time is so important. I think it's so important to rest really completely. I was gonna say hard, but rest really completely. That way when it's time to go again, you're ready to go completely. So rest when it's time to rest, work when it's time to work. Don't overthink it. Okay, we have 35 seconds left. Let's try for a 1 minute hold. Whether that means you do your headstand, your handstand, your forearm stand, your crow pose, a leaning down dog, doesn't really matter, okay? The point is that you just work to the best of your ability. If you fall and you haven't met that 1 minute yet, then just go right back up. Then go right back up, or go to something a little bit easier, but go right back up. You can do hard things. All right, I'm gonna do the handstand, because now it's bugging me, it's in my head, and I'm like, Kelsey, you're trying to get out of it. I know, because I don't wanna fall. I don't wanna fall on YouTube. But if I do, then you guys will see like, okay, she's human too. Like that stuff just happens, so who cares? All right, let's just go with that. Who cares? I'm gonna get off the wall a little bit and shake up the wrists a little bit more. I know I'm really pushing my minute. Ready to go? You can do hard things. And maybe like me, You're so in your head that like, I don't wanna fall, I don't wanna fall. So what if we fall? Then we go right back up. Nobody cares. And everybody moved on with their day and nobody cared. All right, let's do it. The timer is set. If it takes you a couple tries to kick up, who cares? If you fall, who cares? If you take a different move halfway through, who cares? Let's just do our best for the last minute that we have. On your marks, get set, let's balance. Let the fingers work. Let the mind get calm. Breathe. Focus the mind, focus the eyes. Everything else will follow suit. Keep breathing. "20 seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. I did it. I had to go with stag legs because I knew that my shoulders and my wrists were really tired. And the stag legs give the body a little bit of a balance leeway, something to play with. Leg straight's hard. I have to be more rested for that. You did really good today. I know that these challenges can be super challenging, super frustrating, a little hard, but you just do the best that you can. So if you didn't do them all for the full minute, or you fell more than you wanted, or you didn't make it to the wall, whatever the situation was, you did your very best, and you just come back to this, once a week or twice a week, depending on how badly you want that handstand in your life. No, let me show you. Not sure if you can read this. I put this in my workout area. My sister got it for me for Christmas. What a difference a year can make. And I told myself that this handstand practice of mine was going to take me at least a year to get to 15 seconds. And it took more like a year and a half. And I mean, I've been doing this now for 4 or 5 years, the hands, 5, 6 years. And it didn't happen to get to this level in 1 year. The 1 year, I was so thrilled to get to 12 seconds. That was a huge celebration for me. So just know that it's going to take time. You're gonna kick up a million times. You're gonna be, super frustrated, and you'll have small victories. You will. So celebrate those small victories and then move on and get right back up on your hands and keep going again. So yes, celebrate. Yes, keep going. I'm very proud of you. Drink your water. Save this, comment, like, do all those things. That way you can come back and do this once a week. Share this with your friends. Get a handstand buddy. That helps. It makes a huge difference if you guys can hold each other accountable. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. That makes such a difference to me, you guys. I might be at 4,000 now, but I would love to hit 5,000 by the end of the year. If you could help me make that happen, I don't know what I would do, but let's come up with an idea of a way to celebrate 5,000 by the end of the year. I would love that, you guys. Thank you so much for your support and handstanding with me. You guys have been amazing. Take care, and namaste.